I'm Pietro De Maria. I won the Géza competition in 1994, a long time ago. I don't remember who said, I went to a concert by Paganini, he played like an angel. So I think even Paganini was much more than a mere virtuoso. I think it was Chopin who said that, I don't remember. But Chopin was definitely fascinated by Paganini. And so Paganini is the trade union also for me in between Chopin, that is a composer I deeply love, and Liszt. So it has to be a sort of dancing, and it's little jumps, and you have to breathe with this melody. You don't have to. It sounds different, don't you think so? Huh? I started playing piano at 7. And you know San Marco Square in Venice. And there are 3 little orchestras. And my father knew the pianist of one of these little orchestras. And so when they had their pause, their break, he asked him if I could play. And of course, you know, as people see a little boy playing piano, they gather around and they stare. And so maybe that was the first sign of recognition I had, because as I finished, everybody was clapping. But I must say, I hated that. The most important thing for me of being a musician is that through music, I can forget about myself. Sometimes I wake up in the morning, I don't feel like practicing, feel tired. I have negative thinking, sometimes like everybody. Then I go to the piano, I start playing, and after 15 minutes, the miracle happens, and then you are in another world. It's like a drug without the negative effects of drugs. It's a privilege to be a musician because there's no routine in our lives. And people think, oh, it's so beautiful to give concerts and you have so many people who clap and scream and everything. But that's not the most beautiful part. I mean, it's great when you share your emotions, of course. But there must be a sort of ego as you appear on scene. On the other hand, you have to communicate, you have to give something, you have to share your emotions. So it seems to be contradictory, but it's not. We are at the same time a little selfish, but we must forget about ourselves when we play for an audience. That's the point. Most of the young people, when they play for a competition, they think, how should I play to please the jury? And this is a mistake, especially in a competition like the Géza competition. It's the most important is to be yourself. Don't be afraid of being yourself. It changed my life because I met wonderful people. I mean, the widow of Géza, first of all, his son, the secretary of the competition, and all the people who work for the competition. There are lots of Gastgebers, host families, and I still have contact with them. So I met wonderful people, and I'm very good friends. And it was nice after the competition. Whenever I was in Zurich, I was staying with the widow of Géza. I was practicing in his studio on his piano. It was really touching for me.